Hi, folks. Look, I'm not a softie. People can call me a softie if they want to. Yes, California has fraudulent leadership. And yes, California even has voters who are liberal and crazy. Now, I'm gonna hashtag the People's Convoy and hashtag, Trucker G and everything. So those followers in the G4 sees will see this possibly. Yes, I was not able to make it out to a lot of the things that they were doing. I was following on Facebook. I was following on YouTube. I was sharing the links. One of the times that I took off work I was gonna go to the capital. I ended up getting sick, not with COVID, just a cold. Because sometimes when I get allergies and a sinus infection, it causes a cold. I have this condition. My doctor, they just call it severe allergies, but it's actually called multiple chemical sensitivity, and it makes it where my immune system thinks everything's a danger. So it treats allergies like they're a cold. It treats allergies like they're a flu. So sometimes, not every time, but sometimes, I know I'm going off on a tangent. Sometimes I will get a fever with my allergies. Not all the time, but rare occasions. So I stayed home because my rules at my work is if you're running a fever, which is common sense, to stay home. But I know it wasn't contagious because it's just my body reacting to allergies. I'm sensitive. But that's besides the point. I've been seeing a lot of these feeds and a lot of the feeds of the other People's Convoy. Sorry, my lips are dry. Allergies cause that too, dry lips. And yeah. See what allergies do? Causes issues with your lips, causes... Oh, let me get some chapstick. Let me get some chapstick. Let me get some chapstick. This is actually more than just chapstick. It's for eyes and lips. But I always wash it off because I don't want to, I don't want to cross-contaminate. Alright. That should do it. This wasn't supposed to be a makeup tutorial, but my lips looked funky. They might still because of allergies, but I know California has bad leadership, and I didn't grow up in Oakland. I have cousins who did. I grew up in Sacramento County in a little town called Elk Grove, California. Now, I wasn't there all the time, so from birth to 5, I was in Elk Grove. From 5 to 10, I was in Galt. We went back to Elk Grove. No, not Galt. Then we were in Natomas for about 6 months, and then we went back to Galt, big, then back to Elk Grove. Then I spent a short time in the Meadowview, Greenhaven area with, me and my fiance, and then eventually we got married, lived in the apartments out there in Greenhaven, and now I live back in Elk Grove. But California isn't all bad. Yes, there are a lot of crazy, liberal people. Yes, there are. They're more, how do I say this? Where I want to be more polite and more godly and less disrespectful. They'll get in your face. Okay, so I apologize to the truckers who experience those people. Especially first responder when you experience the egg thing. I'm going to let you know right now. It's not the cops being bad. It's just that's how they do it. It's especially after the George Floyd stuff, summer 2020. Their hands are tied. I get it. It's annoying. My friend, before they changed the borderline, her house was Elk Grove, but the border changed and they're Sacramento. So when they call for like a 911, they'll say, "Oh, you call Sac PD." And then Sac PD will tell them you need to call Elk Grove PD. And then Elk Grove PD, they'll go, "No, call the sheriff's department." Like, they get it. That's just, unfortunately, that's how California authorities work. Yeah, do they need to change that and work together? Yes, I believe they do, especially for those the border towns and the cities that are on the border of each other. They need to just work together. I agree. But this ain't hell. California is not hell. Maybe for some it is. Now, I feel bad for all the homeless, but can I give you a secret? Not a secret. Just an insight. A lot of these people who are homeless now have decided to be homeless to be off-grid. When all these mandates started to go into effect, they decided to be off-grid for the most part. Yes, some of them still have cell phones. Some of them still pay attention to social media. I have family, I'm not going to say their names, who decided to do that. One in particular. Sometimes we can't get a hold of this person because their phone isn't charged and they have to get a Go phone. But it is what it is. Some people just do not want to be on the grid. And I don't blame them. Okay, and yeah, a lot of the homeless ones, they lost their houses and they lost their companies due to COVID. And they didn't want to, they don't want the handout. We have a lot of proud people in California who don't like the handouts, who didn't want the COVID money. Okay? And didn't use it for stuff. They used it as much as they could, but then when it stopped coming, they didn't force anything. They didn't want to make their landlords make them stay there. They left. And now they're on the streets. So before you talk about California, unless you've lived here yourself, I'm going to politely ask you, unless you lived here yourself, and if there is fellow Californians who've had bad experiences their whole life here, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you because I haven't. Yes, lately things in Cali have been really crazy and really dumb. And yes, I've had a lot of heated arguments with coworkers and people at my job, but it is what it is. They're not going to change me. They figured that out. Roxy's Roxy. You can't change Roxy. So I'm going to post this on my YouTube. That's why I did this first, because usually if I just, film through YouTube, they'll take it down and then I'll never have a copy. So this is my copy. And I may put on Rumble and Getter, but I'm going to put on my YouTube. And California is beautiful. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm creative, I'm artsy, I write poetry. I find beauty within those communities. Some of the homeless communities are not all bad people. Yes, there's a lot of them who are drug addicts. There are a lot of them who probably are pedophiles, and there are a lot of them who are probably bad, but for the most part, a lot of them are good people. A lot of them are veterans. A lot of them are people who got down on their luck in the last market drop. In 28, when things went, a lot of them are like that. And then to add COVID into it, and to add all these mandates or you get fired, that's what is happening in California. Okay, I've talked to a lot of homeless. They are good people. Some of them, I won't put them names on, but some of them I went to high school with. And they're good people and they go to work. They just live in the car. They don't have a house because COVID happened. So, before you judge Cali, and yes, there needs to be a lot more people out there, and I wish I didn't get that cold. But I didn't want to come out and get y'all sick. And I am going to fight more. I am. Whatever God leads me to do, I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to pray on it and hope He opens up a door so I can do that. So much love. It's been lovely riding with the G family. When the G family isn't on, I check in with First Responder and all the other guys. So much love, and give California a chance, because if California doesn't pick itself up and change for the better, what happens here spreads everywhere. So pray for us, motivate us, keep us in your prayers, lift us up in prayer. We got this. We're a beautiful American family, and if one state crumbles, so go the others. Much love, and what's the yell? Freedom! Much love.